My name is Cheryl Pope, and my predominant medium is everything but painting. I think the thesis of my work is really about power and voice and issues of identity. And so I think that happens through both a social, political, larger sphere, and then your personal, more intimate relationships.
So there's this beautiful, minimal, yet organic feeling to the simplicity of the materials, the geometry of this rectangular structure that's just sort of hovering in space. I just start moving in between the balloons. So you start to hear the chains. So the chains kind of start to move and you start to hear the water agitating. And so you first just see this figure that's kind of combing through this space, not in a sense of destination or direction, but more of a searching or a wandering through, almost as if looking for something, like in a field, but just kind of traversing through this space. And then people started to notice and started to, come to circle around it. When I start performing, it started to move kind of side to side and beginning to agitate those balloons, and then the whole piece starts to kind of activate. So it's very responsive, so it almost starts to come alive. As those balloons break, we hear this burst, they fall into the floor, and the water sprays out. Once the water is on the floor, there's this beautiful transition that happens where, the visuals of my face are completely covered. But once the water splashes onto the floor, it gives us this gorgeous reflection up into the inside of the installation. So the viewer can then basically sort of watch in the water on the ground where they can see up into that space. So there's this duality of happening of sort of this gaze into the internal through that reflection on the floor. For whatever reason, every time I'm done performing, I cry for a bit, and there's something of that completion. I think a lot of times with like the physicality of the installation, and then entering into that specific space of performance and energy. And in this case, the actual performance was less demanding on the body than the first time I did it. I think because since then I actually started boxing. So I'm almost in my third year of boxing, and so I'm hit on the head a lot. I was hesitant to doing it because last time it really took a toll on my body. But yeah, this time I felt much stronger with it.